Look, during our last lesson, we looked at the different essential nutrients that we need through our foods and what they do in the body. In this lesson, we're going to look at how our body uses those foods for energy and how those needs vary depending on the activity. We always hear about the importance of diet, especially for athletes. So why is our diet important? Well, all movement is based on muscular contraction. We need ATP, adenosine triphosphate, for those contractions, for every muscle contraction. So we get ATP through the food we eat. Now, remember before, we use carbs and fats primarily as our energy. So carbs we need before and after workouts because they replenish the glycogen stores, which is stored glucose in our muscles and our liver in our body. And we need carbs whether we're doing endurance activities or power activities. Fats are going to be used also as energy, but also getting those essential fatty acids. And if we use oxygen to break down the fat stores in our body, we can also create ATP. Protein is important to repair and rebuild that muscle, just like carbs we need before and after exercise to help replenish and repair those different things. We can use protein as energy, and again, it's going to be the last resort your body's going to look for energy. And then we have vitamins, minerals, and water. They don't supply energy, but they are important because they're needed for energy production and performance. How is energy created in our bodies? Well, there's three primary energy systems in the body that produce ATP. And the body's going to use each of these systems, the ATP-PC energy system, the glycolytic energy system, and the oxidative energy system. They're all going to be used by the body during activity. But the primary use depends on the intensity of the activity. For example, if you have to create more power, and the duration of the activity, so how long we're doing the activity. For activities that need high power and short duration, under 12 seconds, we use the ATP-PC energy system. And in this system, the ATP molecule, a phosphate, is broken off, and that creates energy in the body. This creates high-intensity energy, but also quick fatigue. It doesn't last for that long. So things like sprinting, jumping, and lifting would be activities that would use the ATP-PC energy system. For activities that need moderate power and a moderate duration, we use the glycolytic energy system, also called anaerobic glycolysis. In this system, the body uses the blood glucose or stored glycogen to create the ATP. There's two types of the glycolysis. We have fast glycolysis, which extends the intensity of the activity. So if something I was doing during the ATP-PC energy system, if I want to extend that, I use fast glycolysis. If I want to go a little bit longer in time, extend the duration, I use slow glycolysis. Slow glycolysis uses the Krebs cycle to create more ATP. So the glycolytic energy system or activities need a little more intensity or duration. So medium distance running, swimming, or cycling would be activities that would use this system. If the activity was of low power or intensity and long duration, the body would use the oxidative energy system or aerobic system. And this uses the Krebs cycle for oxidation. It's going to oxidate the glucose or stored fat to break down into ATP. So in this system, the Krebs cycle, the fat is metabolized like carbohydrates, again, to produce that ATP. It can produce a lot more ATP, but it's also going to take a longer period of time. Activities such as running for distance would use this energy system. We can improve the efficiency of these energy systems through sport-specific training and optimal nutrition. If you look at the graphic to the right, aerobic endurance athletes are going to focus on the aerobic oxidative development. Strength and power athletes are going to focus on the ATP-PC systems. Even though we can improve the efficiency, we are limited by genetics, which means the quality of our muscle fibers. In our muscle fibers, we have slow twitch and fast twitch muscle fibers. The elite endurance athletes have a high percentage of slow twitch muscle fibers. The elite strength athletes have a high percentage of fast twitch fibers. So if we don't have those high percentages of either one, we could never really reach that level of elite for those activities. Summarizing today's lesson, ATP is needed for muscle contraction. So when we take in those foods, we need to create ATP. Again, carbs are going to be used for fuel first, then our fats. Glucose is stored in the body as glycogen. The 3 energy systems are used depending on the intensity and duration. You can see over to the right in the graphic, you have energy on the left-hand side and time across the top. We can maximize the efficiency of these systems, but we are limited by genetics. So after this lesson, think about why it's important to have the proper nutrition and to combine that with our different training types to maximize our performance and our different activities.